What's up, kids? Welcome back to the Super Sunday Series final here in Seattle, Washington. Wizards of the Coast headquarters. Joining AJ Soccer and myself, Mox Ruby, is two-time national team member, Grand Prix champion, Neil Oliver. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, everybody.
So, how did you qualify for this tournament?
So I won the Super Sunday. I think it was Baltimore, but I keep getting asked this question. I just don't remember. Because it was like at the beginning of the season.
Sure.
It was a Fate Reforged sealed. With
when you win so many
cons.
tournaments, it's hard to keep track of which was which.
I just don't remember exactly where it was. But anyways.
And when you play in so many tournaments, too, but you do have a very high win percentage.
Yeah.
You just close very well. A lot of players make a lot of top eights, but don't have the win percentage, right? Players like Alexander Hayne, for example, and yourself can close. Do you think that there's a specific skill that you've acquired that means that you're just better at actually winning lots of events?
Maybe. I think, my top 8 records are pretty absurd, except for in, basically PTQs when I first started playing. But I think a lot of it has to just do with, not being done when you top 8. I think a lot of people are like, cool, I've top 8'd, I've won this tournament, I got my invite, I'm happy, right?
Goal accomplished.
Yeah. I think it's fine to have, the goal of top 8 and be like, man, I've reached my goal, this is what I want. But I think, once you reach the top 8, you need to, okay, that's awesome, and then take a few moments, go have your moment, and then buckle back down and be like, okay, now I have a new goal. I want to win the tournament.
Exactly right. Yeah.
I still need to play my best Magic.
It's a little bit hard to go into a tournament and say, okay, my goal is to win the tournament.
Yeah.
Because, it's just pretty brutal.
Yeah.
I had that for the World Magic Cup qualifier, because literally if you don't win the tournament, you don't get anything.
You don't get anything.
Right.
That's a
So,
winner
so
take
that's
all
different.
prize, you.
But for Grand Prix and stuff, I think you have to kind of re-goal when you.
Right.
when
Well,
you
I was
top
commentating that tournament, so I saw a lot of video coverage of you playing that tournament. I got to watch a little bit of you this weekend. AJ, you've watched just hours and hours of video.
Yes.
Do you see anything different in certain players when it comes to closing?
Yeah, like you said, it's just it's something about the personality traits of not succumbing to the pressure and just treating every match like it's another match of Magic that you have to play the best you can in, and having those thresholds and those moments where your mind can find an excuse to be distracted. A lot of players suffer from that, and
Sure.
the few that don't, it's a real mental toughness, and you see it in a lot of the game's elite.
Well, if you figure out what it is and you can bottle it,
Yeah.
I will take some. Because I certainly can't. Well, I need to reach a top 8 first. but
Right.
Once I'm there,
I wasn't going to say it.
Well,
but.
sure. Everybody could use a few more wins. But
Sure.
This tournament over. Next stop, Vancouver?
Yeah, so Vancouver, in fact, doing PT testing all this week, so fly out tomorrow and Monday start testing Modern,
So-
keep drafting. Luckily, I've been drafting all weekend,
That's
so
true.
That helps.
it's I did this tournament, but also it's just Pro Tour testing.
Right,
It's great.
exactly. So double feature.
So
right
do that
there.
and then the
Exactly.
Pro Tour in 2 weeks.
Who are you working with?
Channel Fireball face
All
again.
right.
We have a really big team this time, so we'll see how that goes. But
Where are you testing?
we're testing in Vancouver,
Okay.
almost exclusively, because we could stay in Vancouver or we could stay in Atlanta. And we decided Vancouver because that
Sure.
city's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing against Atlanta. Well, kind of. But
Vancouver
Vancouver,
is
I
like
think,
the
is
life.
just,
Sure.
a
And
really
you're
nice
already
city.
up here. And you said that team is huge this time. Over 20 players, probably?
I think it's exactly 20.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the combination of face-to-face and Channel Fireball
Right.
original, as opposed
Face
to
to Fireball,
Face-to-Fireball.
channel
Exactly.
to face.
Fireface.
Exactly.
Fireface.
Fireface.
Chandra.
So,
team,
yeah.
team Chandra.
Team Chandra. There you
There you
go.
go.
Get that branding in there. So you've done a lot of limited testing based on doing this tournament.
Sure.
Do you have any initial impressions from this tournament and any other limited that you've done that you'd like to share with the class rather than keep secret with your team?
Sure. Obviously I can't
course.
give you a pick order of everything.
Right.
First off, if I did, I would just be wrong because
Sure.
I'm
It's
only,
so early. Yeah.
I've done 5 or 6 drafts.
Okay.
So obviously I'm gonna have a different opinion in 20 drafts.
Right.
I think the one thing I can say is that all the colors seem reasonable.
Which is new.
All 6 of them?
Yeah.
All 6 colors.
Yeah, I think you can just draft anything that's open in your seat, and I think all the archetypes have really interesting synergies. For example, there's just a lot of synergies that come up in game that are really cool. Like today in draft, I had the Minaden. It's the 4/4 that you can play an extra land, right?
Yeah.
Legend that picks up a land to give trample, and I had Undergrowth Champion. which gets so I was like, play 2 lands.
going
I
off.
didn't have any lands in my hand. I'm
pretty
like, all right, play 2 lands a turn.
That sounds like a constructive.
Attack
Yeah.
attack with a 6/6, attack with an 8/8, attack
Yeah.
with, and my
That's
opponent's
great.
like, what can you do?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
And if they block it with like 4 creatures, okay, it loses a counter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was nice. Just things like that come up all the time, which makes this format really interesting.
Yeah, there were a lot of interesting life gain vampire synergies that I was
Yeah.
watching.
Weird like things that feel corner case, but you know that
That they happen
Wizards
constantly.
R&D like
Yeah,
very sharply set up these cool interactions between these cards.
absolutely. So it's a pretty cool format.
Yeah.
And you played standard, but you're not going to play standard at the Pro Tour, so we can talk a little
Correct.
bit about your standard
Yeah, I can
deck,
talk about standard basically all I
which
want.
you played the same deck as Jarvis and as Scott Lip, right? So you guys played the Dark Dwellers Jeskai. Did you think that was a good choice for the tournament? How do you think it is going forward?
So first for the tournament, so basically our testing, we played maybe like 2 different matchups. We played basically red-green versus that, and then we were like looking at Rally versus that.
Yeah.
Those were the 2 big decks, I think, because Rally was just good going in because it's just been doing so well. And then red-green just gets so many new tools that it's obviously good. Kozilek's Return is very good in standard, these types of things. So we just wanted to say, okay, well, what can we do against that? And so in the red-green matchup, felt like we were a huge dog game 1, which ended up being true. But in post-board games, like landing a quick Dark Dwellers and just like burning out the opponent worked really well. And
Yep.
I think our testing of that match, because honestly, like it's so limited, and it's not like a Pro Tour testing for, so it was way less the sample size.
You have
I
to do a little more extrapolation from.
Yeah, we did a lot of
data.
extrapolation. And I think we thought our matchup post board was better than it was against Ramp. So our deck is a little bit worse than we thought for the tournament. I think Dark Dwellers is insane in standard. I think in fact, the deck that won the Star City Open was basically just a Dark Dwellers deck with more burn.
Yep.
So
Dark Dwellers is a nice one.
exactly. So I think our deck was a little too reactive for this metagame.
Sure.
We did okay. I think I went 2-2. Actually, I paired against Scott. So I went 1-2, and then Scott went 2-1, and then Jarvis went 3-1.
Yep.
So it's not bad.
No, not at all.
And there's a lot of maneuverability with
Yeah,
that
the
on
shell
deck
has
as well.
potential. It's
What's
just,
interesting is I think the reactive version is better against the burn version because you can like answer their Mantis Riders and then go over the top.
Yeah.
so you have to figure out what level the metagame's going to be
Exactly.
on. and
So
go
I
right
think
up.
our deck actually might be better in the future.
than it was this weekend.
Fair enough.
All right.
Yeah, so keep an eye on it.
Well, excellent. Thank you so much for talking with us, and
Sure.
and a little bit
Check
of
out
rough-
his stream.
Check out. Oh, sure, absolutely. Tell
It's great.
people where they can read you and stream you and follow you and all that good stuff.
So I write for channelfireball.com, so check that out for sure. And I actually stream on Channel Fireball. I guess it's twitch.tv/channelfireball.
Yep.
Yeah, the site streaming
Yeah,
channel.
is actually
Exactly.
Yeah.
I stream there on Tuesdays from about 4 p.m. Pacific to 8 p.m. is usually around the time I'm on. Though I probably won't be these next couple weeks for the
Sure,
PT,
sure,
but
of course.
definitely after that. And then I'm always trying to get back because I did a ton of streaming on my own channel way back, I guess in the day. Neil Oliver 88, which is twitch.tv. So I'm still trying to see if I can get back to that because I love it. But
And you are the Trumpet Man
yes,
on Twitter.
exactly. Trumpet Man.
At Trumpet Man 88 to see all of the escapades of Neil Oliver
That's right.
coming up in the future. Little rough luck in this tournament, missing out on breakers, but
Good luck in the one.
Chose my
next-
poison and got top 16. It wasn't
yeah,
that
there you
bad.
go.
Yeah.
So
I'm
well
I'm
done.
happy with it.
Good luck, and thank you for joining us.
All right, thanks.
For AJ and Neil, Ruben.